All right, folks, we are here at Chanti Aesthetic and Wellness Spa, here to do a cord cutting ceremony with Chantal. Let's go inside and meet her and find out what this is all about. All right, there's Chantal. Okay. All right, so here's Chantal.
Hi.
So tell me, what is this? What am I here for?
You are here for a cord cutting, which is a cutting of energy cords. Naturally, when we go about our days and our lives, we tie energetic cords to people, experiences, and naturally, when we're done with those, we naturally shed the cords. You can keep a healthy cord with someone or something, but when the cord is unhealthy and one person or an experience does not want to let go of it, then you need to dive into a shamanic journey like we're going to do today to cut that cord.
Cool. And what kind of things are we going to be doing, or are we going to be seeing, or what are you going to do to me?
You're going to be laying down, pretty much napping for the first little bit,
Okay,
letting
nice.
your
I can do that.
mind relax a little bit. Can you relax your mind sometimes?
I think so. I hope so.
That's good. So what we're going to do is just relax a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of Reiki energy healing just to tap into some centers, let go of some blocks. And then we're going to dive into a shamanic journey, which is basically like a guided meditation, but we're going to be talking during it. So you're going to tell me what you're seeing, and I'm going to guide you to what you need to cut a cord towards.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, and will I be conscious doing that, or is this kind of like an unconscious thing? Or?
It's like I guess a little bit hypnosis, but the goal is to stay conscious. And it's really helpful for people who have trouble visualizing during a guided meditation, because I guide you through it and help you see the things that you need to see.
And what are like the benefits of cord cuttings, or how is this going to change someone's life?
It can change patterns, unhealthy patterns and behaviors that you've been tied to. So if you find yourself, I always give the example of like the toxic relationships. If you see yourself going through the same patterns, whether it's with the same person or with different people, and you're doing the same things over and over again, cutting that cord, not tying it.
Tying it. Well, maybe we'll tie a new one today.
Just make it stronger. Cutting that cord will help you not repeat old patterns. I will give you some homework after so that you make sure you
that
don't
wasn't
retie
part of the deal. So cord cutting, is it just to people, or could it be to other attachments?
Yeah, it could be to other attachments. So sometimes when you're in the journey, you have trouble seeing someone. Usually it's like a feeling that comes through.
Okay.
If that's the case, then it's more of like an experience you had. It could be a emotion you experience and whatnot. So if you're having trouble visualizing a specific person, then it might not be somebody that you need to cut a cord to. It could be like an
idea
belief system or something like that.
In your experience with all the ones you've done, like what is it mostly that people are cutting the cord? Is it people?
A lot of it is people. There's maybe been like 2 in all of my experiences. That has been just more of like an energetic. Then we just go with like body feelings versus what you're visually seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Often it's like we put a person, like you had an experience or you have a belief, and you have like, I'll give an example for myself. My first cord cutting was my high school music teacher, and she was also my Reiki teacher, and I idolized her. So I had to cut the cord. It wasn't necessarily her that I needed to cut the cord to, but me idolizing her.
Interesting.
So, and it made me step into my own power versus siphoning off somebody else's power, if that makes sense.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so it often comes through as a person because you like put a face to that. So, what inspired you to book this today?
I've heard about cord cutting ceremonies in the past. And as a Buddhist, I think, they say that the root of all suffering is attachment. So that's why I think cord cutting, or just letting go of things in general, learning how to let go of things in general, is just so important. Okay. And I do feel that there are a lot of things in my life, like mainly ideas usually these days. It would be people in the past, but now it would be like ideas, beliefs about myself that I can really feel that they're holding me down in a certain type of way. So I'm curious to see if I encounter any of that throughout this process. I'm curious to see if I encounter people throughout this process. But letting go, even though you're aware that you need to let go of things, is not always easy.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm curious to see what this is all about.
Yeah, that's exciting. I don't want to influence what you'll see, but I just want to throw in that sometimes people do see themselves because it's themselves tying a cord to themselves. So it could be like your past self too.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. But
I also want to cut my cable provider as well. So.
No. So as long as you keep a general idea, don't tell me what it is. Just kind of.
Is this one of those like pick a card and don't show me kind of things?
Yeah. I'll pull the rabbit out of the hat after. So during the session, I am going to start with a little bit of energy healing. That your only job is to just lay there, allow your mind to flow. If anything pops up through your day, if you think of your grocery list, if you think of anything, the noise outside the room, just allow it to happen. It's just like a true meditation, just allowing things to flow through your mind and your body as they need to. We're just going to relax your body as well. After that, I may place a couple crystals on your body if I feel there's any blocks or anything. I just take notes of anything that wants to come through for you, and I don't share them until the end. They usually line up with the cord cutting. And then I'm going to dive into the shamanic journey. For you, that would look like just kind of being brought to a guided meditation, and then I'll be asking you to explain to me what you see, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
Nope.
Perfect. You're comfortable with the smoke cleanse?
Depends what kind of smoke.
A little piece of wood?
Yeah, sure.
Just take in where your mind's eye has taken you. This is your sacred space where you may feel safe and protected. At a short distance, I'll just invite you to visualize a dirt road and just let me know when you see it.
She took that part off, so whatever wasn't recording wasn't recording. When the mask came off and I was feeling really heavy, I was telling her that I felt like my muscles were like really felt like I was kind of bed rested for a really long time, and it's probably what someone feels like if they come out of a coma or something. Yeah, their body's like really stiff.
Really deep.
And I felt like I had left the room. I didn't feel like I was here. Like a part of me was aware of what I was trying to do and where I was, but a part of me also really was not here at the same time. It's hard to explain. But there was a lot of feeling things out, as I was describing things, like they weren't as clear or as vivid as I wanted it to be. Maybe that was just an expectation that I had, but I did see colors, I felt things, I felt energy, and if I wasn't sure if that was the right energy that I was feeling, I would ask, right? Yeah. It's almost like I'm asking myself or asking the guide or asking my mind, like, is this really what I'm seeing? Is this really who I'm feeling? And just asking for confirmation just to make sure.
And for your first 2 cord cuttings, I rolled guilt ×2, so just letting go of guilt. Your guide is pretty cool. You have a guide that came through. I have no idea, maybe you'll relate it to somebody or something or a deity, but it looks like Asian descent. But the hair was like what stood out for me, because he wears it all the way up to the top of his head, and it stands like right up. There's like hoops, gold hoops almost, holding the hair up, and then it like fans out at the top.
Interesting.
Yeah, so just keep an open mind for who that is. He looks kind of warrior-ish, almost like a Dragon Ball Z character. And his message was really interesting. It said, be careful of false kings. Instead of like, people talk about false gods. He was adamant on it was false kings and which ones you choose to follow. And he suggested to carve a new path rather than picking role models. Anything else?
No, cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate you coming today.
Alright, so yesterday was my cord cutting ceremony, as you saw in the video, and I just wanted to speak a little bit about what I experienced during the cord cutting ceremony. I didn't end up showing too much in the video of the conversation between Chantal and I during the cord cutting ceremony. I found some of that was pretty drawn out and also very personal, so I figured I'd share some of that today. And what I saw during the cord cutting ceremony was 3 of my exes. Imagine seeing 3 of your exes at the same time. It wasn't a very pleasant experience, but it revealed a lot of things to myself that I had to let go of with those 3 particular exes, and I think I had to cut cords with each one of them for 3 different reasons. So I thought it was a very interesting experience, having her walk me through the cord cutting. And today I feel lighter for sure. I feel no attachment at all. I didn't really feel much attachment to them anyways, but it wasn't so much letting go of them, it was letting go of certain things or certain parts of myself that attached to my relationship with them or my experience with them. So being able to let those go will be able to theoretically help me live more clear, more lightly in the future. And I feel like that. So today I'm just recalibrating, taking my time, relaxing, resting, and just allowing myself to focus on what's next and what's more to come. So if you feel like there's some attachments in your life, whether it's to people, ideas, maybe seek out a healer to look into something like a cord cutting ceremony. Or, I think there's ways that you can do it yourself too if you look them up online, but I think it's always important to make sure cords are cut, things are let go of, so that you can move forward with your life. If you guys have any other questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you. I'll see you guys in the next video.